Today I'm visiting the moat house. They're having an archaeological dig here. It's the moat, but it's not the original one. It was built in the 50s. Gonna have a look at the digs in a minute, see what they've found, if anything. It's in West Bromwich, a place called Friar Park, about a mile from my house. It's old building.
And then, of course, once you make it like that, it doesn't take long for somebody to think about lifting it up on one end. It becomes a harp.
Is that the kind of music they'd listen to?
Yeah, I mean, all the instruments and all the music I'm playing is all medieval.
Medieval.
Pre-1500.
I suppose they'd have dressed something like that as well. Is that how they would have dressed as well?
Probably. I mean, this is quite early medieval, but later it would have changed a bit. They'd have had a shorter tunic.
Yeah.
But fashion's changed over the centuries. Anything like look up? What would you like to hear played?
Anything, mate? That big thing there?
That?
Yeah.
Well, that's that and the ones on here. They're really for children to come and play on. They're not really playable instruments. It's just tuned to an open chord. That's an oud. So somebody can play that and I can play along. Redneck.
Sounds medieval. He's over there. Thank you very much, mate.
But we found lots of stuff from them and from this trend. This is all in terms of lots of finds, they're all very...
I know Dean doesn't. He said they on the tour son.
It's fairly modern pottery, yeah.
Fell near the surface and remove that. And these two in particular found a lot of soil, charcoal and slag. So obviously there's been some burning taking place. But if you go over and have a look, you'll be able to see that when we went down to the level of the bottom of the foundations, there's an impacted floor. I think it might have been a forge originally. And most of the finds we've got have come from these two.
It's not human, no, it's probably from a pig.
The other two pits weren't so interesting.
Similar to him, but it's...
They seem to be infilled with soil that's been brought from other
We haven't found...
places. There weren't so many finds.
No, we haven't found any
There was a
kind
little
of
bit
soft
of
tissues, I think it's just bones.
But we haven't got down to the
If you look
original.
at it, I reckon that's probably
It's still
upper
bone. What is underneath?
James, you go down there.
And we won't find out now because it all finishes tomorrow. It's all going to be put back in tomorrow. So, yeah,
That's what I reckon.
it's a shame.
We've
But
also
yes,
found
it's
lots of
been,
clay pipe bits.
yeah, it's such a shame because, I mean, for instance, here you've got a piece of plate. It's got rock peel on it and some decoration. And you think, oh, you know, why can't you find the rest of it and find out what it said? No, but you only, it makes you wonder where the rest of it goes, doesn't it, when you find just one little piece of pottery like that.
Any musket balls, all kinds?
No, we haven't, unfortunately. No.
Next is
That's a button. That was a button that was found in one of the pits.
Crowded a bit, hasn't it?
It's an old button. Yeah.
Okay, right, thank you.
And a lot of pipe, lot of clay pipe. Because clay pipes broke very easily, so yeah, it didn't last very long. Yeah, some of it's got lovely decoration on. You can see that leaf pattern on there. That's an older one. You can tell the age of the clay pipe by the size of the ball. Very long, narrow balls, the older one, and the shorter ones are the more recent ones. Because tobacco is very expensive. You couldn't smoke very much at a time, so you have a tiny little bowl to put it in. This one you can see is lovely. It's got a lot of engraving on it. Looks like a coat of arms on it. Yes.
Staffordshire.
That's it. Yeah, well, a piece of Victorian sort of pottery. Yeah.
Oh, so that was that bone.
That's bone. Yes. Yeah. We've got several pieces of bone.
And what's this one? This little piece of metal there?
Oh, that's off a bottle top. You know the old-fashioned bottles that have got the stocking as well. They brew their own beer. The air holes, you can see, the ventilation. So that would have been on the floor of the last house, and the side walls would have had more ventilation, and the bricks as well.
What would that date from?
Probably from the 1800s. Yeah, there isn't really. The only thing that's before the 1800s is the ware, really.
That's the same, isn't it? That's a blackware as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't think much of the finds I've had. Find them in the back garden. I should have bought some of mine and showed them.
It's been the only window in the Great Hall, and it would have gone right to the top of the building. But that was lost due to this area being added on in the 16th century. And the Lord always sat, well, he was always placed at the north end of the hall, where it was the warmest, and he would have had all the light shining on him, so you know, like the sun shines on the righteous as such. But the area that you can see up there now, where the tiny window is, those are just old houses, old toilets from the pub. But we hope to obviously restore that back to what it should be. For obvious reasons. We think that it's got a 16th century date to it, but it's more than like 17th century, because that's when panelling was most popular. The door that you just entered, that wouldn't have been the original access. It would have been through this door just here. It's not an entrance at all now, it's completely bricked up behind it. It was said that there was a gallery which ran all the way from the Great Hall to this room, making this room quite a high status room. The panelling suggests that anyway, and it would have been a really warm place from the kitchen downstairs and the fireplace here. It is meant to be the most, well, it's reputed to be the most haunted room in the whole of the property. But then again, it is on a slant, it is dark, it is cold, so but when people come up here, they always stay long.
Then I was after 1 o'clock, why the bar open?
What you're saying behind there is just the cross passage. The building. The door is there, and the door where is there, and then where I was standing, there's a screen off all the community going from.
There's something to play. I've got no more now. I wonder if that was the name.
Everything was brought in as a private area really for the Lord and his family to relax, as the hall was always a centre of activity, so they even slept in the wall and everything like that, well in there. Eventually over time we had this area built to accommodate private areas for his family. And the word solo derives from the French word for alone really, so that's where that comes from. That sort of fell out of use in the 16th century, and the equivalent was just to call it the drawing room.
Original Watland door. Alright.
What's that one, sir?
Original floor.
What's that one, sir? You're ready to go to talk, aren't you? So my mum.
Gatehouse.
Thank you.
Have we been in there?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's that, is there anything about a chapel?
And that was the inside of the manor. That's what I found now.
Past the mill, on the back of the mill. Over the road where the milk pool is, milk pond goes. From the road at the side of the mill was a tramway where they took the coal up to the...
Yeah, well, where Sussex Sally moved around that way, when they had the coal gulf in the 19th century, they used to go picking the coal up what they call off the bank.
Coal picking. Do the coal picking, what happened, the coal...
That's going to be very annoying. And one of the children came up with this, out of the flower bed. Look at that. I'm not a specialist. Yeah, I'm not a specialist, but I think it's a sloe. It looks like a sloe, very, very shriveled. It's so far down, it's got to be quite old because it was right down there and it's had all this soil build up on top of it.
What is it?
I think it's a sloe. We're going to send it off to somebody who's a, environmental specialist who looks at trees.
What's a sloe?
Blackthorn.
Oh, blackberry.
Yeah, blackthorn. It's like a small plum. So we can send it off to somebody. It could be very new, but it's so far down we don't think it is. So this possibly says it came out from the same area as this buckle, and if that buckle is 1700s, 18th century, then it could be the same date. In which case, what have we been told? That they were growing sloes in that area. So these tiny, look at all this. But from that we've got 18th century gardening. They're growing sloes. That was for flavouring gin and drinks and things like that. And the gardeners wore buckles on their shoes. And it's confirmed all those bits of data. We've actually got it ourselves.
Are you expecting it to be like time team with metal detectorists and everything? No.
No, thank you. See you tomorrow. Thanks a lot. No, we haven't got metal detectorists because we just do located trenches. Rather than sort of like digging holes.
Well, he did say we don't use metal detectors because they'll... And then he changed his mind about saying anything. That's about it, really. Complete and utter waste of taxpayers' money as far as I'm concerned. Condition of the roads and everything. I'll pay council tax, this is what I'm paying for. All I found as far as I'm concerned is a bit of pottery. Building's fantastic, don't get me wrong. But all this here, I think they're just completely wasting the time unless they use metal detectors. Stuff that could be in these spoil heaps will tell them a lot more than what the crap they found. Oh, right. I'm just going to try and see what this guy said anything about it now. As part of a boundary ditch. It's a different colour in the side. But the boundary ditch had gone up.
Again, I was on the last time. But to no avail because I'm trying to get
because of my team. Right, this is sorry. Sorry.
Was the boundary ditch gone all the way around it?
No, not this one. I don't think.
No.
This I think is just a field boundary, effectively, that's running kind of in line with the end of that building there. Actually, the building with the white thing on it. And that would be dividing, you know, marking a division between the field on this side and the field on that side, and then in the distance there where they're working at the far end of the trench where the bucket is, that's a road, and on the other side of that there's another wall, and again that lines up with the garden wall you see over attached to that building there. Thanks very much.
There you are.
Cheers. No, I'd like to know where they are.
No, of course, yeah. It's locked anyway. So.
That's great, thank you very much.
I was expecting it to be like time team with all metal detectors and all.
Well,
there's not a lot of iron fines or metal
There's
fines.
a lot of iron here, but that's not really what metal detectors are interested in, and I don't think metal detecting would be very useful here because everything's so deeply buried below the surface. I mean, you can see where those ladies are drawing now is quite a large deposit of ironworking slag from a forge, blacksmith's forge, something like that. Although the forge itself wasn't there, it was somewhere in the ground, but that's just been, all that material's just been dumped there at a later stage. No, I mean, metal detecting's...
Yeah, but what they usually do on time team, see all this here, like they'd say it's that, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, we've been through that fairly rigorously. We certainly haven't found much in the way of metal finds. We've really been trying to see the evidence for the landscape features.
Yeah.
So, and try and place the house in its historic landscape, if you like.
Yeah, it's beautiful inside. They're going to change it into a museum.
Well, it is, yeah, I mean, it's now owned by the museum service, so gradually they're taking away all the things that were here from when it was a pub, and, you know, in making it more of an authentic sort of medieval house. Obviously, these things take time and money, unfortunately. So,
yeah,
but slowly but surely they're working on it. Yeah, yeah.
Had a few good nights in that pub.
I say a lot of people have said actually. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, mate. Cheers.
Well, thank you very much for coming along. Yeah.
Okay, bye.